The hardest part of planting a tree is digging a hole, and we've already done that for you. We'd like to show you how to plant a couple types of trees and shrubs that you might find at your nursery or garden center. This is a white pine, and this is commonly referred to as a balled and burlapped tree. The most important part of digging the hole is making sure that you have the right planting depth. We'll put this plant into the hole and see if indeed we do have that right height. Okay. You can take this end of the shovel and mark it off, and it looks just about right. You don't want to bury the stem of the tree or shrub. It should be planted at the same depth that it was growing in the field. The next thing we want to do is site the tree and make sure that it's standing upright and really has the best part forward. You want to make sure that it's nice and straight in the hole, so stand back and take a look. It looks pretty good, yeah, a little bit, I think, that way and then in the back a little, John. He puts a little bit of soil to hold it, and I'd say that looks just about right. Nice and straight, and we've got the prettiest part over here where it's going to matter.
You also want your hole a few inches wider than the root ball so that you've got plenty of room to add loose dirt and to get the soil firm in around the root ball.
Oftentimes the balled and burlap shrub or tree will come with these ropes around it, and you want to make sure that you cut the ropes. If you don't do this, you might end up strangling the tree as it tries to grow out. Now this balled and burlap tree is using real natural burlap, and this will rot, so we can leave it right in the hole. If this was a plastic burlap, and you have to take a look or ask your nurseryman if it is, it would have to be removed completely because it will not rot in the ground. Now John is going to loosen the knot around the stem of the tree and just pull it back a little so that again we don't choke the tree as it tries to grow or the burlap rots around the stem. Now we don't need to remove this completely because, as I said, it will rot in the hole. Now while John finishes that, I'm going to take the soil that we dug out earlier, and this happens to be a nice sandy soil, and oftentimes around here could be very clayey. But in either case, it's nice to enrich it with some organic matter. This is peat moss, and this is going to help this sandy soil hold a little bit more moisture. And I want to work in a bucketful or so into this soil that I'm going to add back into the hole.
You want to tamp it in lightly. You don't want to really pound it in, but you want it to be fairly firm and no air pockets. So you work the soil in around the root ball and push it down in to eliminate air pockets. And firming it so the tree will stand up straight.
So I'd say the most important things would be the proper planting depth and keeping them well watered through the first season, and they'll reward you with many years of delightful gardening.